So some of you have been asking about doing my desktop setup tour, and even though it's not something too fancy, I decided to do it because I have a bunch of different accessories that I use. I even have a drawer with a bunch of different portable consoles that I will show you later in this video, but also my TV setup with all of my main consoles like the PS5 and the Xbox Series S. So let's just go ahead and start this video. And let's just start from left to right. Over here I have my M1 Pro MacBook Pro. I recently got this after my iPad was stolen because I needed to do some video editing, and I decided to upgrade because I like using Final Cut Pro. So I'm still learning on how to use this. It's a really powerful device. I really enjoy using it for editing these kind of videos. So this is currently the main piece of my desktop, because in the end this setup, it's more of a work setup, not a gaming setup, even though I have over here a bunch of different consoles that I will get to in a minute. The stand that I have over here, it's from JSOX. It's a really sturdy stand. You can simply put the MacBook over here, and I'm trying this setup out. I usually like to use the keyboard of the MacBook, but now with this stand I'm trying it a different way, so I'll see how it goes. Right over here I have a Maono microphone. Probably the video about it should be already up by now, but this is a really good microphone that I use for online games, but now I've started using it also in different meetings like Teams and Zoom, because the quality is really good for the money. For $35 I think it's more than decent. So I've been using this microphone for this purpose. Right on the back of the MacBook I have my Nintendo Switch. This is the OLED version, and I have over here the Kiwi Home case, which has a bit of grip to it, so it's a lot better than using the Nintendo Switch naked, because it has this grip on the side. And the very cool thing about it is that you can put 4 different cartridges over here. The kickstand is still accessible. Next to the Nintendo Switch I have the AirPod Mini. This is the blue version. I usually listen to music in the background when I'm editing these videos because I like having something playing. Considering the small form factor, I really like how it sounds. Then I have over here this New York baseball. This is just a plain souvenir that I got from my trip to New York a couple of years ago. This helps me out relieving some stress, so I like having this on my desk and playing around with it. Then on the back, right beneath the monitor, I have over here the Charizard Amiibo. Charmander, Charizard, this generation is one of my favorite ones. So I have this Amiibo. I really like the quality of it. And currently I don't have any other figurines, well, except for a small one there in the corner, but we'll get to that in a minute. Then on the other side we have this Pitaka slider. This is an iPhone accessory. It has this battery that has MagSafe, so you can put this on the back of the iPhone, but it can also be used as a stand to charge your iPhone. That slider can be used also to charge your AirPods or Apple Watch. And in the center, of course, we have the ROG Ally. This is my main portable device. Well, actually one of the main consoles that I use currently. I use this more than even the PS5, and of course a lot more than the Nintendo Switch, but also the Steam Deck that I have over here. As you can see, this is plugged in a dock, and I have over here the JSOX dock. They have a bunch of different ones, but I always come back to this one. This is not even a new model, but I like using this one especially for the M2 slot over here, and I have a 1 terabyte SSD. You can even charge the Ally or the Steam Deck using this dock. Then next to the ROG Ally I have the Steam Deck, of course, one of my favorite gaming devices and one of the reasons why I started this channel. I have on the back another JSOC accessory. This is the purple backplate. Unfortunately, I'm not using the Steam Deck that much currently because the ROG Ally is one of the main consoles that I use. But I can still recommend the Steam Deck because it's pretty cheap now, especially with Valve doing an official refurbished program. ROG Ally in the end it's a lot more expensive if you compare it to the base model. Then we have over here another accessory from JSOX. This is the OmniCase 2. It has this cover over here with a bunch of different cables and slots for your SD cards and all that. And this stand, it's actually a separate one, but it goes really good with the Omni case. Then in the corner, as I said, we have Baby Groot. This is just a plush toy that I got from Disneyland. I like having it there in the corner. Then we have my Uncharted mug. This is the one that I used to drink coffee from. Some of you have been asking about this, and I bought it from a Romanian store, but it's an official product, so probably you can find it on Amazon. I'll try to link it below because I know a bunch of you have been asking about it. Now it's empty because I need another coffee. Then I have the MagSafe charger for this MacBook over here. What I didn't mention is that I use this USB cable to charge the MacBook because it charges directly from the monitor, and this is an LG ultra-wide monitor. It's not a gaming one, but I use it mostly for work, so it's very good for my workflow. And I also added this light on top because it lights up the keyboard really well. To be honest, this is a must-have, so I really recommend it. Then sitting right in front of me, I have my three main peripherals. These are the Logitech Master Keys Mini and the MX Master 3S. What I like about these devices is that you can switch between three different ones, and what I usually do, one is for this MacBook over here, two is for my work laptop, and number three is for this USB over here. Number three, both on the mouse and the keyboard, is used with that dongle over there because I want to use that dock with multiple devices like the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally. And then I have this Apple trackpad. I cannot live without it whenever I'm editing these videos. Now that I got the MacBook, I do have the internal one, of course, but depending on how I use it, if it's sitting on the stand, then I'll use this trackpad. If not, I'll use directly the one from the MacBook. But I still like to game on this setup from time to time. I have all these three different portable devices that I usually play on handheld, but whenever I want to do any desktop playing, of course I need the mouse and keyboard, and these are not it. So that's why right under this monitor I have this keyboard over here. I know this is not a really expensive one, but it is a mechanical keyboard. It's pretty cheap. Of course it has to be RGB. And I also have here a gaming mouse. This is a pretty old one, but it's still pretty good, and for what I'm playing, I think it's more than enough. So that's why these are sitting right under my monitor. And I also have here a really small drawer where I put a bunch of different accessories that I use. So I have for here a cloth that I use to wipe the screens of my consoles, my Apple Pen for the iPad that I don't have anymore. Then I have the Samsung T7 2TB SSD that I use for editing, a bunch of different props that I have, so like a Mario Kart, Lego Wolverine, or the Zelda coin that came with the pre-order of Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, and a really cool thing, I have over here this Charmander graded card. This is not rare at all. I just found it like that in a used store, and I found it for really cheap. I paid like €5 for it, and I like having this in my collection. And right over here are a bunch of different things. I have, first of all, this arm that has MagSafe. I can charge it, but I only use this for top-down shots. You've probably seen my other videos where I do a bunch of different shots. And then we have another arm for my microphone. Now it's not over here because I'm using to film this video, but this is how I usually do these recordings. I put it right in front of me, and it's fairly easy to do. And in the back we have a bunch of different controllers. We have the Stadia one, which is mostly used with the Steam Deck. Then we have the Xbox, which is being used with the ROG Ally mostly. And recently I got this DualSense Edge. This is basically the Pro controller from Sony. It has a bunch of different functionalities. I'm just testing this out just to see if it's worth the money compared to a regular DualSense. And the chair that I use is this Secret Lab Titan. I was a bit skeptical on paying this amount of money for a chair, but considering how many hours per day I'm sitting on a desk, I cannot recommend this chair enough. It's very comfortable, it has a bunch of different functionalities that I actually use. Secret Lab, great job, great quality, I highly recommend it. So over here, I know it's a bit of mess and it's pretty crowded, but I have a bunch of different handheld devices, and I am trying to collect all of them, even different versions, because as you can see over here I have a bunch of different PSPs and PS Vitas, and I have started working on my video about all the Sony handheld consoles that exist, so stick around for that one. I'll keep you updated with all the different consoles that I get. And to close off this video, I have over here my TV with all of my main consoles, and I have over here the Xbox Series S, all the God of War figurines, and over here I have my PS5, and currently I do have the Spider-Man DualSense controller, but also the God of War one over there in the back. And over here a bunch of different games. I have a lot more, but these are the ones that currently are sitting right under my TV. And right beneath I have a bunch of different amiibos. These are one of my favorite ones, and something that I'm really happy to have in my collection. These are the Naruto manga books, and this is the full collection. I have all 3 boxes, and I have read them multiple times. It's a really good manga, and you probably already know about Naruto. So there you have it, guys. This is the setup that I work with currently. It's not much, but it works for me. I tend to get the accessories that I actually use, and if you want to check them out, you can look into the description. I've added some affiliate links. This is not costing you any extra money, just helps out the channel. If you like this one, please consider subscribing and stick around for more videos like this. This is the Tech Unravel, and I'll catch you in the next one.